The Sharks head to Tampa Bay looking to not be embarrassed. Please, please don't get embarrassed.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young. I'm covering the Sharks since 2018. Also, the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network, the #1 sports podcast network. We cover your team every day. And we're going to get you ready for tonight's Sharks Lightning game as the Sharks look to finish this road trip on a positive note and hopefully just don't get embarrassed by the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we're going to look at how these two teams match up, get to know the Lightning a little bit more, and what to watch for in this game. So let's see how they match up. This Lightning team is #good. The Sharks 25-19-3. The Lightning 30-13-4. The Sharks team 3.13 goals for per game, good for 16th. The Lightning 3.49, second best offense in the league. Sharks 3.50 goals allowed, 30th. Goals allowed for the Lightning 2.51, second best in the league. Power play for the Sharks 20%, 17th in the league. Power play for the Lightning 20.8%, 14th best. PK is 77.3% for the Sharks, 25th. And 84.1%, third best in the league for the Lightning. Celebrini leads the Sharks in all categories with 24 goals, 48 assists, and 72 points. Kucherov, 24 goals, 46 assists, and 70 points. Leads the Tampa Bay Lightning. This Lightning team is very good at basically everything. Like one of the best offenses in the league when not only creating offense, but also finishing said offense. They don't give up much. And then their goalie, of course, is very good as well. And like this Tampa team is an absolute monster of a team. And we've seen it as of late, and we saw it recently, just how good this Tampa Bay Lightning team is. For the Lightning, how they're expected to line up: Gunsel, Paul, Kucherov, Hagel, Cirelli, Conclaves, Jurgensen's, Gord, Holmberg, Bjorkstrand, Finley, James, Moser, Radish, Distos, Cernik, Carlisle, Crozier, with Vasilevsky in net. For the Sharks, I'm not expecting much changes. We won't know until a little bit before puck drop when the Sharks play, because of course the second night of a back-to-back. But I wouldn't expect much changes. The only ones I would really look at is maybe if Misa does come out, if the Sharks are still kind of a little apprehensive on back-to-backs and stuff here. Godet could potentially come in there, but with the way the Sharks played yesterday, and especially with how great the third line looked, I wouldn't expect any changes. So these are how they lined up: Graf, Celebrini, Smith, Eklund, Wenberg, Toffoli, Regenda, Misa, Chernyshov, Goudreau, Ostapchuk, Reeves, Olav, Klingberg, Ferraro, Liljegren, Dickinson, Desharnais, and Askarov will have the net for the San Jose Sharks. So what to watch for in this game? We know what happened last time these two teams played, where the Tampa Bay Lightning bullied the Sharks, not only on the scoreboard, but physically. This was a very chippy game, especially in the second period, where things really got out of hand. And the Lightning won 7-3 in San Jose a couple weeks ago. So I think for San Jose, right, you just came off a emotional, big physical win over the Florida Panthers. Can that translate? Desharnais is back, and we saw his physical element. Ryan Reeves is going to be in the lineup. We saw guys like Regenda stepping up for their teammates as well. So I think you have to try to match Tampa's physicality without going over the edge, because the Lightning are going to do a lot of the same things that the Panthers did yesterday, where they're going to kind of push and push and push you until you finally snap back. So I think it is going to have to be a very controlled, push back, but don't let them bait you into taking that dumb penalty. So that's going to be very important for San Jose. And San Jose, we've seen them be a more physical team as of late. And I do think, especially again with the additions of Desharnais on the back end, or the return of Desharnais in the back end, I do think San Jose will have some of that physicality to be able to at least stand up to the Lightning here. Of course, for the Sharks, you cannot let Kucherov do Kucherov things, and Kucherov is an absolute shark killer. I think he's averaging about 7 points a game every time he plays the San Jose Sharks. It's not 7 points a game, but it feels like that every time he plays the Sharks. But he had 4 or 5 points the last time that they played. This is a guy who absolutely kills the Sharks every time he plays them. So trying to limit Kucherov as much as you humanly can, which again is much easier said than done. But he is someone you 1,000,000% have to target, and especially with Braden Point out right now. This just makes it a little bit easier where you're not having to do do everything for where you're not having to kind of split your forces as much. You can focus more on Kucherov. So Kucherov against the Sharks. In 20 games played, 8 goals, 18 assists, 26 points during that time in his career against the Sharks. So he has been an absolute Sharks killer throughout his career. So you have to try to slow down Kucherov as best as you can. For the Sharks, I think this is a stars game. You need your stars to play their best. This is a Macklin Celebrini has to be the best player on the ice type of game, and Yaroslav Askarov has to be the second best player on the ice. I think that is your path to victory against this extremely good Lightning team. Is those two players have to play out of their mind, and we've seen it. We've seen both those guys do it. I think Macklin, you more confident in his ability to do it game in, game out. And I think we do have a big Macklin game. He's going to have a target on his back, right? The Lightning are going to try to physically bully him. He can, we know that he can stand up for himself, but he is 100% going to have a target on his back. I think the big question is Askarov. Askarov played well enough to win against the Detroit Red Wings. Just the veterans let him down. So if he can play like he did against the Red Wings, kind of feed off of how Nedeljkovic has been playing, because Nedeljkovic has been playing out of his mind as of late, I think that's the recipe for the Sharks to win, is just having the two best players on the ice, and their names are Askarov and Celebrini. But this is very much like, I'm really worried about this game. This is as a potential everything goes horrible snowball type of game. So don't let that happen. Don't let this game go from a 2-1 after the first period. Then after the second period, it's 5-1 type of performance. So you have to be able to manage and control those minutes where things start to kind of go off the rails a little bit, and try to get things back on track. So I don't have a good feeling about this game. I think the Lightning are a really good team who have been playing extremely well as of late. So I think the Lightning win this game, but I still think I think it'll be a much better, more competitive game than we saw the last time these two teams played. So I think it's a 4-2 Lightning victory. But I think the Sharks can hold their heads high after this game. And I think Celebrini is a big time factor on both the Sharks' goals today. So we'll see. But again, this Lightning team it's really good. One of the best teams in the NHL. And especially after yesterday's game, I just think that took a lot out of the Sharks, and I think they have to play nearly perfect hockey to try to kind of beat this Lightning team. So we'll see. But we'll be back this afternoon or this evening to break down this game. So make sure you're following along wherever you get podcasts, and of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at my fry hole. Until tonight, bye, friends.